I have been selling this book, Zanazli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH for a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. Alright, you're watching and listening to FAT BIDIN Film Club. Assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shawai Abstan.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it. But this week, this episode, it's not a local film because you know that we are also doing a series of reviews of Japanese films.
Yes, that you can watch on JFF Theatre.
Yes.
Just by making a free account.
Yes, it's brought to you by the Japan Foundation.
KL.
Kuala Lumpur. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so this film that we watched, we're going to review is called
A Handful of Salt.
Okay, so as we all know, well, we know, hopefully you all know, hopefully you all know that every year there is the Japan Film Festival that is organized by the Japan Foundation Kuala Lumpur. It screens Japanese films in KL and all the cinemas lah, right?
Correct.
So this year, some of these films that have been screened at the festival is being streamed online for free for everyone to watch.
Yes.
Now, in conjunction of this screening, the screenings will go on from now until the 1st of August. Right? And in conjunction of these screenings, the Japan Foundation is organizing a competition for all of you out there. What do we do about this competition? What competition is this actually?
Okay, so first you have to go to JFF Theatre and create an account. So that's where you are watching all these films because the films are all being streamed there. So the films are from different prefectures in Japan. And they are like a lot of films, so you can watch all of them. So you go to JFF Theatre, you make an account, and then after that you go and download the form that has 6 questions.
The competition form, right?
The competition form. You download the form which has 6 questions in regards to the films, and then you go watch the films lah.
Then you answer the questions.
And then you answer 3 of the questions.
And then you send it in.
And you submit it via a Google form.
By the 1st of August.
By the 1st of August.
And then you stand a chance to win goodies.
From the Japan Foundation.
Like chopsticks.
No!
Raw fish.
Also no.
Ebiko.
Maybe. We
Sashimi.
don't know actually, we don't know.
Edamame. But yeah, so that's the competition. Now the 6 films that are being streamed, right? They're really good films. We have watched the films and we are also reviewing these films. And you know, follow us if you want to see our reviews and our thoughts about these films, right? So yeah, that's it. I am a documentary filmmaker, and this film is a feature documentary, and well, this is my favorite genre lah. So I was really excited to watch this film. Tell us what it's about.
Okay, so it's directed by Kaori Ishii, and like we told you before, if you watched the previous episode, we are watching one film from one prefecture. So JFF Theatre is featuring different films from the different prefectures in Japan. I guess so that, you know, people will know that there's more to Japan than just Tokyo and Osaka.
Hey, that's a lot. I mean, I love Japan.
Yeah. So okay, so A Handful of Salt is about the craft people who make salt with a very ancient technique called the Agehama-style, which has been passed down through different generations. in the prefecture called the Ishikawa prefecture, because they live on the basically like the northern tip of the Noko Peninsula, which is by the seaside.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a very intricate and laborious process of taking sand and then taking seawater, and then packing the sand and then
Draining the water, getting the salt out.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, are we talking about the film already? Are we talking about what we think about the film?
Oh, I was talking about
it's still about the film.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, they're brining it, and then finally, like close to the end, they get like all the salt, and the salt is very expensive because of the amount of labor that goes into it, which is fair. But the people that are doing it, the craftspeople, are all like elderly people already. So they're saying that this town that they live in used to be really like a seaside town lah. There used to be a lot of people that used to produce salt, and then a lot of people that also used to go and like forage for things like seaweed. But now there aren't so much already. So now they're already at the point where some people don't even do that anymore. Like they don't forage, they don't have the skills for it. So the documentary is really about these very few like craftsmen that are doing it lah, the salt. So what do we think of the film?
What do you think of the film? Look, when I watched this film, right, I know you just mentioned how intricate it is and how laborious it is to make the salt, right? I don't know, I saw it like, hey, so simple lah, make salt. No.
Because you're not the one like shoveling the sand all.
No, I think the documentary is so interesting because of the fact that it shows the process, right? And it gives you a real like, you feel how the process is lah. It is laborious. It is a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
But it's hard work based on simple science. I like how in the documentary they explain about the history of how like Japan, or the Japanese people centuries ago discovered salt, right? It was because they wanted flavor, right? And they found they developed this technique of getting salt from the sea, which is totally natural. And it was like, for me, what was interesting was that how they discovered the science of producing salt. And it was just so simple. It's literally, if you watch the documentary, literally the salt is made by taking the sea water, drying the water out, and then you have that salt.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
So you use the
fully
sand
natural.
as like a medium, yeah.
Yeah, so that was interesting to me. Another thing that was interesting to me was that this documentary has a lot of like old footage. Old footage of like the original, I forgot what the term is called, Hatami or the master salt maker. All these like original pioneers in the, well, not really pioneers because it was centuries ago, right? But you know, generations, you know, because the people who are making the salt now are actually like children, grandchildren of those who were making it then. And they have archival, they have old footage of them making it. You know? And to me that was interesting. They have so many, this documentary has so many characters in it. They talk to all of these people who have been making the salt. And then these are the same people who will be talking about where they learn how to make the salt from. And they start talking about how like there's personalities. They talk about personalities of these salt making masters. They were nice, they were strict, they were friendly, they were not friendly, how they were when the current salt masters were learning from them, how they felt like, oh, they were very scared of their master as an apprentice and all that, right? And that was very interesting to see because I think the filmmakers really went into detail when they did their research for this film. I also like the fact that there was this one salt master, right? Salt maker, one of the masters. He like got awards from the government, from the state, and all that. Cultural awards for preservation of culture and heritage and all that. And then in an interview with him, he just says, "What culture? I want to make salt lah. You know, it's a process of making salt. What culture? What culture are you talking about? You know." But he wasn't like disrespectful of his knowledge.
It's
just that for him, this is it. I'm doing this to make a living, you know. Yeah, I like the salt. People should like the salt too. I'm teaching my sons, I'm teaching my children, it's going down. If they don't take up making salt, it's also okay. But yeah, you know, it's like a matter of fact, I'm just doing this, you know. So yeah, what did you think about the film?
I thought it was very soothing. The entire film is just one big like ASMR video. Because again, it's so intricate, like simple but intricate, you know. So and then the way that the filmmakers have shot it is that they show you every single step in like its intricacies. So like for example, they shovel out the sand and then they level it out and then they will like comb through it before they pour the salt water, right? And they comb through it like those Japanese sand therapy things where you can like draw the sand and things like that. And when I was watching it, I was so soothed. Also, the style of the documentary is that it's being narrated. There's a voiceover that's telling you that's narrating the entire thing, and her voice also is like
very soothing,
so calm, so soothing.
The words also like almost poetic.
So it just feels very lyrical and very soothing lah. And then on top of that, you add all these like auntie uncles, you know, who are also just so like very chill lah.
They like to have singing sessions. Like karaoke, you know, and they will have dinner and then they will start singing.
Which is also very chill.
Yeah.
So nothing about it is so it's very calm throughout the entire documentary. It's just like a long sense of calm.
Yeah.
And then at the end they show the ladies who are the assistants that help do all this. At the end of it, they say like, oh, you know, we should actually get a discount for our salt because it's so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But it's called a handful of salt, I think, because you only need like a pinch of the salt for flavor. Which they say, oh, you know, at the end when you make it, you feel so satisfied because actually all you need is like a pinch to make like the rice taste better and everything taste better.
And then right, I'm on this quest of eating healthy ever since I discovered I got high
now
cholesterol.
You want to
right?
eat like a pinch of salt.
No, because they were saying right, one of the salt masters, he was saying like, how can you get bored of natural flavors? People get bored easily with food and different tastes because they're all synthetic now lah. But you can never get bored of natural flavors because it brings back memories. It's soothing. It gives you comfort.
Which is why it's so hard to cut out salt.
Which is but we need to have the proper salt lah. You know, not MSG or anything like that. You know.
Go to the seaside and go.
I mean that's what that's the kind of salt we eat sea salt. What?
Yes.
Yeah, we eat sea salt here at home. I mean, and I like that about food, you know, because you know my favorite food is ABC soup because it's comfort. My grandmother made it for me. My mother made it for me. I learned it how to make it from them, and it's like comfort food, you know. So salt, and you hear this a lot in this documentary, right? This film, they keep talking about how salt is comforting for them.
It is true. Sodium is very comforting.
So it is salt, it's not sodium. You see, it's natural.
True, that is true.
All right. Now you were talking about style, right? This documentary, the way the treatment and the style of the documentary is very. It embodies the Japanese style of making documentaries. Like you watch NHK, right? Documentaries. The style is like this. It's like so common in Japan. It's very unique to Japan in the way the storytelling for documentary is like. You know, so
it's very showcasing of the everyday. A lot of I want to say a lot of long shots, but that's not true. It's just a lot of long scenes with different, very intricate shots. But
you just have a lot of shots, like actually. The film.
But it's not a fast cut situation where you feel like you're being rushed or anything.
I don't know.
That was my biggest takeaway. It was a very warm type of documentary. You know, very. Very warm, very community. And then the city is called Suzu, right, in this prefecture. So this city seems to be mostly older folk, but then there are these young children also. So during one of the processes, they dip the potato in the brine and boil it. And then they just leave the potato out there for these kids to anybody can come and eat. And apparently like it's like a really good snack.
So this kind of thing, like this culture of leaving food outside your house for anybody to eat, is a thing in Japan. Because I'm following this YouTuber, this Japanese YouTuber, this Push Nomad on YouTube. If you want to see him, he travels around Japan, and prefectures were famous for different things. Like he went to this prefecture where it's famous for oranges. People leave oranges outside their house for like passerbys to just take. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's a
So-
thing. I think it's a thing in Japan,
Yeah.
which is like interesting to me, lah.
Yeah, so I really liked the potato scene.
Yeah.
Because these kids were like going with their fathers to get the potato and then like burning their mouths. So it was very cute. And then at the end of the documentary also, the ladies will say like, oh, but there's nothing here. I got no cinema or no nothing. We just do this only. So that's it lah. And I thought that was it's just so cute because you know there's just so much simplicity in life.
But there is one character in the documentary where his son is kind of like also joining him to make salt, and they have diversified. They make like all kinds of snacks. The son came up with an idea of making a soda pop, salt soda pop. I want to taste that.
Guess we gotta go to Japan. Anyway, so would you tell people to watch this documentary?
Yeah. Yeah, watch it. But make sure you have time to watch it.
Yes.
Because it takes time to
And make
watch
sure you're in
through
the
it.
right space
Yeah.
to watch it also.
Yeah.
This is not like a put on and then like go do other things situation.
Yes. It's a little bit different than say watching Mission Impossible.
Yeah, this
You know?
is like a sit down
Yeah, you got to
with a cup
fully.
of coffee or tea or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And a snack.
Yeah, my anti-cholesterol Actical milk that I drink nowadays.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So watch it.
Watch it.
It's on
Yeah.
JFF Theatre. It's free.
You can let us know
just
what
need
you
to
think
make an
about it.
account.
Yeah.
Don't forget that there's also a quiz. So you can download the quiz document
That's
also
already-
on JFF Theatre.
That's already announced earlier in the video.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great. No, because you can answer the question then
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah,
watching
of
this
course, of
documentary,
course.
which is what I'm trying to tell you. So
Yes.
go watch the documentary and then also go win the prize from the
Yeah.
quiz.
Let us know what you think after you
Yeah,
watch the
okay.
documentary.
Yes.
Alright. So, like this video, don't like this video. Follow us, subscribe to our channel, follow us on all our social media platforms at FAT BIDIN, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening to the FAT BIDIN Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I am sure it was not.
Special Japanese episode, or series. Okay.